So what's up again? Drifters episode 1. Now, this is the first episode of the series, and I've been watching this episode. I've been watching the series since about two months ago, since it's been announced. I've been like keeping an eye on it because I wanted to. The description of this seemed interesting, so I wanted to check it out. I do know that they had a manga, but I haven't checked out the manga, just the anime. And episode one was it left me wanting more. I can definitely say that. Information wise, like I really wanted to know what happened, what's going on, and what will happen. Now, episode 1 mainly takes place with the Great War of Sakigahara. It's basically the eastern and the western side going against each other, and the main character, Toyohisa, ferocious guy. Basically, he stayed behind to allow his comrades to escape, and he ended up getting wounded in order to land a hit on someone, and he ended up sending them fleeing. And after that, he basically decides to withdraw to regroup back at his camp. And as he's heading there, he's magically and mysteriously teleported to like a white room with a guy at the end of it sitting at a desk, sort of like a secretary. And he basically gets teleported to like the nearest door, a magical door. After he gets teleported, the door basically disappears. Meanwhile, during all of this, he's injured, heavily injured. And before I get any more into the story, I just want to say that the art style for this anime is beautiful. I love the art style. I love how the blood dripped. Love how gory, how much gore it had. I just loved it all. His fighting style, how vicious he is, fearless, and due to all of this, he ended up getting injured heavily. And so after he gets transported through the magical door, these two elf-looking creatures basically picks him up and say they're going to take him to the castle. On the trip to the castle, they get near, and a girl with a bow and arrow stops them. And someone in the shadow basically just says, take care of him. We don't have much medicine, but help him in his wounds. Talking about Toyohisa. Now, after they take care of his wounds, Toyohisa wakes up. And before I go further again, I just want to stop to say that the language that these characters were speaking were kind of different. And that's how they differentiate Toyohisa in order to take him to the castle. They immediately sensed that the language that he was speaking wasn't their language, so he must be a drifter. So obviously there's some information on what a drifter is. Hopefully we get to find out more about that. After he wakes up, after getting bandaged, the lady with the bow and arrow turned out to be a lady called Yoichi, who was in a war from 400 years ago, and Nobunaga, who was in a war 18 years ago. Meanwhile, they're asking Toyohisa about information about the real world because he's just arrived, and you can basically see the time gap. They're saying that it's only been a couple months, but in your world, 18 years have passed, and Yoichi has been there for, I don't know how much exactly, but in the real world, 400 years has gone by. So yeah, the time space is totally different there. And they basically goes in to fill each other about Nobunaga being from the Oda clan, Yoichi being from her clan, and they end up like having jokes, which was kind of funny. And the episode ends off with someone in the shadow spying on them, saying that there's 3 of them. I think the voice on the telecommunicator called him Somu. I think so. I don't know. But either way, something's spying on him, and an army is approaching. And also, we get a glimpse back at the guy in the all white hallway, where we see a dark shadow approaching his hallway. So I wonder what that could be. And how could I forget that they all mentioned to each other that they met the same guy at the hallway, and his eyes was kind of weird. Had me dizzy for a minute. But otherwise, this episode was really good. Love how the gore was, and Toyohisa was just slaying through enemies. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. After watching it, when it got to the end, I was like, whoa, is that it? Am I gonna see more? That's one of the cons to watching anime week to week. You want more, but the more isn't there for you. But anyways, I definitely recommend you guys check it out. It does seem like it's gonna be a good anime for this fall because we haven't seen any. Well, I haven't seen any other anime that I'm interested in. And if you guys see anything, let me know in the comment section. But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you guys find it interesting as I did. I'll definitely tell you to go check out the first episode. But I am gonna continue to reviewing it throughout. It does seem interesting. But yeah, and for all you guys who watch One Piece, definitely check out my One Piece review for the episode tonight and South Park. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you did. If you didn't dislike it, let me know down in the comment section why. But other than that, oh, sorry for being late. I live in Florida. Hurricane just came, lost power, lost internet for 2 days. So yeah, finally up and have some binge watching to do. But other than that, thanks for watching.